Hey guys, welcome back to our new video, and today's video's title is how to study physics such that it becomes illegal. So basically it means that how to study physics so that you become pro in it. So many students are weak at physics, so I'll be telling you how to score good marks in physics and how to improve your physics. These are the steps I followed in my Kcet journey, and I'll be discussing you with you all the points how I strengthened my physics. See, I was not very weak, but average in physics. But at the end of second year, I became very good in physics. So these are the steps I applied to become very good in physics. I'll be discussing with you these steps. So let's discuss what are the mistakes that people do so they weaken their physics. First is they don't know the concept. See, understanding the concept is very important because Kcet is asking conceptual based questions rather than just direct formula. So it's very important to understand the concept. I never used to get up until my concept was clear for a particular lecture. I used ChatGPT and other YouTube explanations until my concept got cleared. This is very important point. The second point is they don't do time bound practice. In Kcet you get hardly 1 minute or 1 minute 5 seconds for a question, so you should be really fast. Otherwise you may not even attempt all the questions. See, in Kcet you have to attempt all the questions. If you don't know, you can tick it randomly, but you have to attempt, because if you tick randomly and it got correct, then you are in a plus only. There is no negative marking, so there is no loss. The third point is they are unable to map two or three concepts and then come to a conclusion in a question. It's very important to map 2 to 3 applications. Kcet asks almost 4 to 6 questions like this, so you have to be really careful when you are attempting these questions. You have to solve these questions at last, but when you are solving these questions you have to be conceptually correct. That's the most important thing, and that's why you can't just by heart the formulas. You have to be really good at concepts. So now let's talk about how to strengthen your physics. The step number 1 is you have to strengthen your basic maths like trigonometry, integration, differentiation or graphs, because if your maths is weak you may not be able to solve the questions more quickly. See, reading a question takes about 15 to 20 seconds, then applying the concept takes about 10 seconds, then the rest work is of maths. If you do the calculations fast, then you may solve a question under 50 seconds or even less. So it's really important to have a good basis at maths. The second point is study the high weightage chapters. I will be giving you the high weightage chapters based on previous year trends. Now the question is, why don't you guys are able to solve the questions? See, the main point is that you guys don't practice at all, which is really important, because you have to practice questions. Without that you can't come across new concepts or how to apply a particular formula and all. So I am telling you guys to follow this sequence. See, first you have to watch the lecture, then after watching the lecture you have to solve the DPPs, then after solving the DPPs, what you guys do is you see, for example, if you see the lecture in the morning, then you have to solve the questions which are solved by your teacher in your class in the evening. Then you have to compare the answers solved by you and your teachers, and see if you have solved in a different way, or if you have solved in the same way but something is missing, like that. And after solving, you'll notice 2 to 3 questions which are not being solved by you. You have to study the its theory again, and then you have to again solve it. That's a really important point. After finishing a particular chapter, you have to solve the NCERT exemplar and NCERT example questions and its back exercise. Then afterwards you should solve the PYQs. And then I suggest you to solve your class questions again, and you can solve any one book's question, or you should definitely give a test after each chapter. It's very important. Now the question is how to solve the questions. First, after reading the questions, you should know the concepts, which is very necessary. And if 2 to 3 concepts are there, you should know to map the concepts. Like one part of the question is asked from electrostatics, the other part is asked from magnetism, and other part is asked from kinematics. So you have to combine the concepts of all the three concept, and then solve the question. So it is very important to be clear at the concepts. And then you may or may not draw the diagram. If it's necessary, you draw the diagram in the rough and solve the questions. Now a main question: are the NCERTs necessary? The answer is yes. NCERTs are very necessary, and I will be bringing up a video on how to read NCERTs. Uh, and modern physics NCERT is really important. You want solve the back exercise questions of it definitely, and it will be very helpful for your Kcet. One main thing is that you can't understand all the concept 100%. Like you can't understand all the concepts of class 12th. Some topics are that they are meant to be by hearted, uh, and if you feel difficulty, you can watch Alak Pandey sir's lecture. It will be very helpful for you guys. He will break down all your problems, and he will teach in such a way you don't need to memorize the concept again. And the last thing, guys, you can't study electrostatics like modern physics. Why I'm telling you this is you can't study all the physics in same way. You in electrostatics there is 90 to 95% of understanding, and only 5% is of 5% concept are like that you have to by heart them. But when you come to modern physics and semiconductors, uh, the number goes to 30% in by hearting and rest in understanding. So it's important that you guys study the physics in the way it is studied. For modern physics, there is no more numerical calculations, uh, but conceptual questions are asked. So you have to read the NCERT again and again, again and again. I think I have read modern physics NCERT at least 5 to 6 times. So I was perfect in modern physics. Uh, like this, you can become perfect in modern physics. And when it comes to electrostatics, magnetism, optics, and all, there you have to know you have to feel the physics. That's very important. You should understand the concept, and there is no much by hearting there. So that's it for today's video. Thank you. See you in the next video.